And 3, 2, where's my fucking marker? 3, 2, 1. What's up, YouTube? My name is Abiden Perry. I go by Digital Twin. I go by King Death. Blah, 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 blah. I go by all them names. I love playing League of Legends. I want to get good at League of Legends. Not only do I want to get good at League of Legends, I want to teach other people how to get good at League of Legends. Right now, I feel like I can easily teach you how to get from iron to bronze and from bronze to silver. Trust me. Trust me. I'm going to explain to you in so much details on how to do it, why you're not doing it, and why it's important to follow these steps. And the first step is we're not even going to get into playing the game. It's how you're talking in the game. Social credit in League of Legends is the biggest factor in why you're playing with a lot of really bad teammates. A lot of you guys don't even know what a social credit is on League of Legends. And once you realize that the way you talk, if you're toxic, if you report people, if you're talking, you're toxic, and you report, your social credit goes down. And I'm not just talking about any type of talking. I'm talking about if you're one of them chatters who you think, oh, I'm getting inside the enemy's brain, so that way they'll just leave. And then, we'll just do a 4v5 and probably still lose because you're trash. You talk too much. You're chatting too much. You're texting too much. You're just not focusing on the game at all. Every second you make a little jokey joke adds up on all the missing XP, gold, and towers, and advancement. I can't spell. Advancement. And your advancements on capitalizing on enemy mistakes or, just taking objectives while they're focusing on one champion. So instead of just talking, being toxic, and constantly reporting bad players, which we will get to, you can just shut up and play the game. And I promise you, you're gonna start noticing a huge difference in your gameplay, in your art, and all this shit. You're gonna notice that you're not talking too much. You're getting more opportunities of winning the game instead of looking down and laughing and then realizing you missed 3 minions. But let's get into the main thing. We understand being toxic. That's obviously the easiest thing. What people don't realize is that reporting other players is not helping you. Reporting other players isn't helping them. Reporting other players isn't doing anything. Riot's not banning anyone other than AFKers. Out of all the reports I've had in 2025, I had about 2 cheaters. Out of those 2 cheaters, I didn't get LP back from that loss. I didn't gain any LP. I didn't receive anything from Riot. Riot's not going to do anything for reporting people other than bring your social credit down. Reporting people brings your credit down. I reported everyone. It didn't matter if it wasn't something small. But if it was like they're feeding their 10 deaths in like 10 minutes, obviously I'm gonna report you. But that's everywhere. That's always a feeder. There's always an enter. And if you're always reporting enters, you're always reporting toxic people, you're always reporting bad decisions, whatever. You're gonna get more enters, more toxic people, more bad decisions, more people who don't know how to play the game because you wanted to report people constantly. You thought, oh man, I'm so tired of losing all this LP, man. I'm getting 17 LP, man, and I keep losing these games. Trust me, you can't avoid losing, but you can't avoid horrible people. You have to play the games to get into better groups. But if you're still reporting, you're being toxic, and you're talking too much, your social credit's literally going to prevent that. You're not going to get from iron to bronze. You're not going to be playing with better people. You're going to be getting pushed into toxic and shittier people. Because Riot thinks that if you're reporting people, you're a dog shit too. It doesn't matter if you think you're helping Riot. Oh, there's a bot. There's a brand support bot that doesn't know how to stun people. Yet again. Brand supports that don't know how to use stun. People, if you ever see a brand that doesn't stun or know how to stun people, just ignore that. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I promise ignore people. I'm not saying completely mute pings and shit. I do that. I mute the whole game because I read maps. I ignore people and I read maps. But we'll get to that some other video. We'll get to that some other video. But where was I at? I don't really remember where I was at. I can't wait to rewatch this and but moving on. So we're done with social credit. We're going on to basically play style, which I guess I can go back to this. Number one thing is I know people can't read a map. Yes, that person mispinged and you got ganked. But everyone has a fucking map. I understand I might have killed that laner, or he killed me and then transferred to your lane and then killed you. But you just saw me die, or you just saw me kill this person. You also have a map. I see what you're saying. But read your map. Reading your map will allow you to know, I just saw the jungler. The jungler, god damn. I just saw the jungler go top. Drag just popped up. Mid lane backed. Or he's just not there. I wonder what's gonna happen. Maybe they'll go dragon. Maybe they'll go back to Herald. There's no telling. There's no telling. If you can read the map, you'll know where your jungler's at. If you can read the map, you'll know where your mid's at. If you can read your map and you notice that top and mid's missing and Herald's up, they're probably at Herald. If you notice that your bot lane hasn't been there for a little while and mid lane just disappeared, they're probably at Dragon. If you notice that a mid laner is missing, they're probably warding shit. If you can read the map and you can read their actions, you can be ahead of the game. But if you do your own research, you also realize, hey, being ready before an objective, 30 seconds before it even pops up, that's a very huge plus. Buying and backing before that 30 seconds of Dragon or Baron being up will be a huge difference compared to just being at the same state you're in power. You could turn games around by, somebody didn't notice the item you had. You can change that. You know how many times I've had somebody buy an item, I didn't notice they had that, and I should have killed them, but they played my ass. A lot. So backing is your best friend. Ignoring people, go straight back to reading the map. Depending on how you ignore them, you can either just mute that person, keep the pings. Emotes usually don't bother me, but some people I know some people get pissed off with emotes. I am an emoter, definitely when I'm playing Sante. Jesus. But yeah, you can mute the chat. You don't have to mute the pings. I mute the chat and the pings because it's not that I get tilted. It's just I want to talk shit or I'll get distracted. I don't want to be distracted by somebody who's crying in the chat. You're distracting yourself already. Why distract the whole fucking team? Emotes, not too worried about it, but some people need to. Some people fucking crash the fuck out. All right. So we got ignore people, read maps, play style. Okay, learn mistakes. All right, learning mistakes. How many times have you played one game and in that one game you made the same mistake over and over and over, and then it transferred to a different game and you kind of made the same mistake over and over again? Yeah, let's stop making the same mistake over and over again, guys. Come on, let's learn. Let's learn. My favorite way of learning on how to play better is to rewatch that bad game I had. Either you can download your games, I believe, from Riot, or you could just stream yourself, not get paid from streaming, and just go back to your Twitch, YouTube, or whatever you use, rewatch your gameplay, and be like, slow motion. Put that puppy in slow motion, and you will see the details that you are missing. Details you are missing. I'd like to put it in slow motion. You don't have to, but you will notice a lot more. I like to rewatch my gameplays. Definitely my bad ones to see, oh, I could have done this differently. Oh, I could have done that differently. I see where I did this wrong. I should have held my E instead of just smashing it and kind of wasting it. I could have used it to close the gap instead of using it and allow them to make a gap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start to see different play styles instead of just doing the same old lose this game, what did I do wrong?